This collection of quotes reflects a wide range of insights and wisdom from some of the most influential figures in history across various fields. Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. The only source of knowledge is experience. Steve Jobs. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. Innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Stay hungry, stay foolish. The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Martin Luther King Jr. I have a dream. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. The time is always right to do what is right. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. An eye for an eye only ends up making the whole world blind. The weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the strong. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it's done. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Winston Churchill. Success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. If you're going through hell, keep going. To improve is to change, to be perfect is to change often. Never, never, never give up. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Oprah Winfrey. The biggest adventure you can take is to live the life of your dreams. Turn your wounds into wisdom. Where there is no struggle, there is no strength. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. You become what you believe. Henry Ford. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. Failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. My best friend is the one who brings out the best in me. Don't find fault, find a remedy. Marie Curie. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. Be less curious about people and more curious about ideas. I am among those who think that science has great beauty. You cannot hope to build a better world without improving the individuals. Life is not easy for any of us, but what of that? We must have perseverance and, above all, confidence in ourselves. Leonardo da Vinci. Simplicity is the ultimate sophistication. Learning never exhausts the mind. Art is never finished, only abandoned. The noblest pleasure is the joy of understanding. Time stays long enough for anyone who will use it. Thomas Edison. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. Our greatest weakness lies in giving up. The most certain way to succeed is always to try just one more time. Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and looks like work. There's no substitute for hard work. Mark Twain. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Kindness is the language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. It's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. Whenever you find yourself on the side of the majority, it is time to pause and reflect. Amelia Earhart. The most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. Adventure is worthwhile in itself. Courage is the price that life exacts for granting peace. Never interrupt someone doing something you said couldn't be done. The woman who can create her own job is the woman who will win fame and fortune. Bill Gates. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. Don't compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. If you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake. J.K. Rowling. It is our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Happiness can be found even in the darkest of times if one only remembers to turn on the light. We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. Failure means a stripping away of the inessential. Pablo Picasso. Every child is an artist. The problem is how to remain an artist once we grow up. Everything you can imagine is real. Action is the foundational key to all success. The purpose of art is washing the dust of daily life off our souls. Inspiration exists, but it has to find you working. Stephen Hawking. Intelligence is the ability to adapt to change. However difficult life may seem, there is always something you can do and succeed at. My goal is simple. It is a complete understanding of the universe, why it is as it is and why it exists at all. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, it is the illusion of knowledge. Life would be tragic if it weren't funny. Ernest Hemingway Literature. There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self. The world breaks everyone, and afterwards some are strong at the broken places. Courage is grace under pressure. All you have to do is write one true sentence. Write the truest sentence that you know. The best way to find out if you can trust somebody is to trust them. Coco Chanel, fashion. In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. Success is most often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable. The most courageous act is still to think for yourself, aloud. Simplicity is the keynote of all true elegance. Don't spend time beating on a wall, hoping to transform it into a door. Maya Angelou, Literature and Civil Rights. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Alexander Graham Bell, Invention. When one door closes, another opens, but we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Before anything else, preparation is the key to success. Concentrate all your thoughts upon the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought to a focus. The only difference between success and failure is the ability to take action. Great discoveries and improvements invariably involve the cooperation of many minds. Vincent van Gogh, Art. I dream my painting and I paint my dream. What would life be if we had no courage to attempt anything? Great things are done by a series of small things brought together. Normality is a paved road. It's comfortable to walk, but no flowers grow on it. I would rather die of passion than of boredom. William Shakespeare. Literature. To be or not to be, that is the question. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Benjamin Franklin, Politics and Science. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. Do not anticipate trouble or worry about what may never happen. Keep in the sunlight. Isaac Newton, Science. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. Tact is the art of making a point without making an enemy. To every action, there is always opposed an equal reaction. Walt Disney Entertainment. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. It's kind of fun to do the impossible. The way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. You can design and create and build the most wonderful place in the world, but it takes people to make the dream a reality. Laughter is timeless, imagination has no age, dreams are forever. Ralph Waldo Emerson, Philosophy and Literature. To be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Do not go where the path may lead, go instead where there is no path, and leave a trail. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. The only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. Confucius, Philosophy. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. When we see men of a contrary character, we should turn inwards and examine ourselves. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones.